Hey friends, welcome back to the Special Kind of Motherhood podcast. So winter can be really tough, right? Between the constant sniffles, runny noses, and your kids passing sickness back and forth to one another, it can sometimes feel like there is no way to keep everyone healthy throughout the cold and flu season. So you may have the question of how can you actually keep your family healthy when the weather gets colder, the days get shorter, and it seems like germs are everywhere. Well, that's exactly what we're going to talk about today on the podcast. We're going to talk about ways to naturally boost your immune system and keep your family healthy and strong all winter long. I know you're busy and you're probably already juggling a million things, but trust me, I have some super simple holistic tips that are not going to take a ton of time, and they're going to make a huge difference in how your family stays healthy this season. So grab a cup of tea or coffee, get cozy, and let's jump in.
Hi friend, do you dream of having a garden but you don't know where to start? Do you want to switch to more natural products but feel overwhelmed by all the options? Do you believe that a holistic lifestyle would help your special needs kiddo but you're daunted by all the information out there? Welcome to the Special Kind of Motherhood podcast, where you will learn how to work towards your dream for homesteading, gardening, and holistic living in small, simple steps that won't overwhelm you. Hi, I'm Ashley. I'm a wife, Jesus follower, and mom to some amazing kids. As some of my kids began experiencing health struggles and developmental delays, I decided it was time to switch to a holistic lifestyle. I quickly became stressed out and burnt out, feeling like I needed to change everything at once. I finally realized that I had to start making one small change at a time, then build from there. I learned to walk this holistic journey in a way that works for me and my family, without stress or overwhelm or constantly feeling like I wasn't doing enough. If you're ready to hear from another mama who understands what it's like to have no time and who can help you make changes towards better health for your family in a way that works for your specific life, then this is the podcast for you. Pop in your earbuds, reheat your coffee for the third time, and let's do this.
Let's start with something that every busy mom can appreciate, and that is food. Now, I know meal prep can feel like a full-time job, but when it comes to keeping your family's immune system strong, eating good, healthy whole foods can be such a game changer in boosting your immune system. The first thing that I really want to focus on is getting enough vitamin C. You've probably heard a million times that vitamin C is going to help to fight off colds, and it is a must-have. And no, it's not just about eating a ton of oranges. Did you know that bell peppers actually have way more vitamin C than an orange? You could throw them in some soups or a salad or in a stir fry. Your kids likely won't even notice, and you'll be sneaking in some serious immune support. You could also just slice them up raw and have them dip them in some hummus or some homemade ranch or something like that. Oranges are, of course, a good source of vitamin C too, along with tomatoes, strawberries, Brussels sprouts, and broccoli. If your children aren't really likely to eat these foods, because trust me, I can relate, using a whole food powdered vitamin C is also a really great option. We like to use something that's made from either camu powder or acerola, which are both great sources of vitamin C. I will also try to remember to link down in the show notes below the vitamin C powder that we use and that we really like. Next, let's talk about garlic. So garlic has many healing qualities that can actually help your immune system to defeat bacterial, viral, and even fungal infections. So it can help your family to fight off bugs that seem to be circulating every winter. Fermenting honey in garlic is also a really great option. A lot of people will do that. I have done it in the past as well. And you can either use the honey or the garlic as a natural remedy as you're fighting off any kind of sickness. Another food that you could incorporate into your day-to-day or really ramp up as you're dealing with sickness is ginger. It is strong in antioxidants, and it's great for fighting inflammation and supporting digestion. It also has natural antimicrobial properties, and you can add a little bit of fresh ginger to either hot water to make some kind of a tea. You could toss some into a smoothie. You could put it in your food like in a stir fry or something like that. And it's just a simple way to keep everyone feeling their best, especially whenever there's like cold and flu stuff going around. It's also very warming and can be great for clearing out nasal congestion. So adding it to a tea can be very beneficial. I will actually take like dried ginger root and add it to a tea blend, to like an herbal tea blend, to steep if I'm battling any kind of nasal congestion or sinus stuff. And it does really help to open up my sinuses for me. Fermented foods are also super important for boosting your immune system. Fermented foods contain a variety of friendly bacteria or probiotics, which are going to support a healthy digestive system, and our digestive system is directly related to our immune system as well. So adding that healthy bacteria to the gut is going to provide a stronger defense for immunity. It's going to also help to reduce the bad bacteria in your gut, which is just going to promote better health overall. And if we want to avoid getting sick, we really must make sure that we're having appropriate amounts of the good bacteria in our gut. We also want to make sure that we have a good variety. So sticking to just one select type of probiotic and using that repeatedly is really not recommended. Being able to switch up the strains that you're introducing to your gut is super beneficial. And I do definitely recommend that. Some ways that you can do that would be with yogurt, kefir, fermented vegetables, and kombucha. Those are just some options to look at to introduce to yourself and your kids that good, those healthy probiotics. Now let's talk about one of my favorites, which is herbal teas. And who doesn't love a warm cup of comforting tea to drink in the winter? If you have never used herbal teas for immune support, let me tell you that they are such a game changer. For the whole family, echinacea tea can be really, really good. It's going to be known for helping to reduce the severity and duration of colds. It's also really gentle, so it's going to be fine for both adults and kids. It has anti-inflammatory properties and it's high in antioxidants. It's also, you're going to want to make sure to actually help with reducing the length and severity of a cold. You do want to make sure that you're starting that at the first sign of sickness. It's very important. Another one to keep on hand is elderberry. Elderberry is a powerhouse when it comes to fighting colds and flu, and it's packed with antioxidants. You can try either an elderberry tincture, or you could make your own elderberry syrup, and then you could use that. I typically sweeten ours with honey, so I can add that to the herbal tea as well, and it'll add a little bit of sweetness to it, which is really nice. And it's really nice because making your own syrup, it just tastes better. So your kids, especially if they are a little bit pickier with foods and you struggle to get any kind of a herbal tea in them, they're going to be more likely to tolerate that better just because of the sweetness from the elderberry syrup. And then let's not forget chamomile tea. I really like this for bedtime. I even will use the homeopathic remedy, the chamomile homeopathic remedy as well, if I need something really quick. And my kids are not as likely to drink a tea, so I will use that version of it in the homeopathics. And I also just like it for winding down for bed, but it's also really soothing for a sore throat, and it can help to ease like a really annoying dry cough that often we will get when we have sickness or allergies or anything like that flaring up. Plus, in my opinion, chamomile is just really calming, which is a huge win if you've had a busy, hectic day. If your kids are feeling restless because of the discomfort of being sick, this can be really helpful as well to help them to settle. And what I like about chamomile tea, I will typically add it to any type of my blend that I'm using either for sickness or nighttime because it has a little bit of a sweeter taste to it. So the herb is going to be a little bit more kid-friendly, or in my opinion, make your tea taste better whenever you're wanting to use that in tea form. So it's just one of my go-tos that I use frequently just because of all of the benefits, plus also just the fact that it has that nice taste to it. And then finally, let's talk about sleep, because Mama, I know you are probably running on fumes whenever you are dealing with a house full of sickness, but good sleep is one of the best ways you can support your immune system, especially for yourself and your kids, of course. We all know how cranky and run down we get whenever we don't get enough rest, and that's when sickness can sneak in. So make sure that yourself and your kids are getting plenty of sleep each night. Aim for at least 7 to 9 hours. Depending on the age of your children, they have graphs where you can check. The younger the child is, the more sleep they need each night. So you can also look into that if you have younger kids. But making sure they're getting adequate sleep and that you are as well is super important. If your little ones are having trouble winding down, I recommend trying a calming bedtime routine. Try a cup of tea for them. Lately, we've also been trying tart cherry juice just because it has also been shown to increase melatonin levels. So that's been good to add into a bedtime routine to help with just being able to wind down. We do have a child who struggles to wind down at night. So for me, I'm always trying something new or trying to figure out something new that we can try. So lately, our new thing has been tart cherry juice. But using a little bit of lavender either in a diffuser or like making a pillow spray, diluting that down and making a pillow spray, having bedtime stories, just having that consistent routine can be very helpful in signaling to the body that it's time to go to sleep. Also, I make our own magnesium cream. You can apply that at bedtime as well, which can help with sleep and just being able to relax and wind down faster. And the more consistent you are with the relaxing routine, the better everyone is going to sleep and the stronger your immune system is going to be. So, to wrap it all up, boost your family's immune system with vitamin-rich foods like garlic, bell peppers, ginger, and then sip on immune-boosting teas such as echinacea, making an elderberry tincture or syrup, and of course, make sure that you're getting plenty of sleep as well. Thanks for hanging out with me today, Mama. I hope that these simple, natural tips will help your family to stay healthy, energized, and happy all winter long. And if you have a favorite tip for keeping your family healthy during the cold and flu season, please reach out to me. I have all of my stuff linked down below where you can reach out to me or come over to our free Facebook community. You can find it at bit.ly/motherhoodcommunity and share it with us there. I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and I'll see you back next time.
Hey Mama, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If so, would you take 30 seconds to share this with a friend who is wanting to live more holistically without the overwhelm? Also, don't forget to head over to Apple Podcasts to leave me a review. It blesses and encourages me to know that this show is helping you. All right, friends, it's time for me to go work in the garden and make some homemade bone broth. I will see you back next week.